Good afternoon and welcome to the basic webinar here at Blazonco. Today we are going to be going over some basic functionality of your website, and the four areas that we are going to cover today are your dashboard, your content pages on your site, adding images to your site, and blogging. There are of course other things that you may want to do in your site, but this is just to get you started so you feel comfortable. The very first thing that you want to do is just make sure that your speakers are on so that you can hear me. And if you have any questions throughout the webinar, you can just type them to me in the chat box, and I'd be happy to address them during the webinar. At the end, I will open it up for some questions, and you guys can just talk into the microphone. So for right now, the very first thing that you want to do is log on to your website editor by going to admin.blazonco.com. Now, once you get there, you're going to see that you have to log in, and this is the first page you're going to come to, which is called the dashboard. And it just sort of gives you some basic statistics about your site and traffic. So before you delve into that, you probably want to change your password to something you can remember. So we recommend going to the upper right corner where your name is and clicking on your name. This will bring up your profile, and now you can change your password. Just enter in your password, confirm it, save preferences, and your password will be saved. The next button I want to draw your attention to is the View Site button. So at any point in time you want to look at your site, you just go ahead and click the View Site button right underneath the Add-ons tab, and you can look at your live site on the interweb. Great. Now that we've covered those two things, let's take a look at some statistics for your site. So you're going to see a graph that covers the screen, and if you hover over any of the dots, it's going to tell you how many people have been to the site. This site here gets quite a lot of traffic. They're one of our larger clients, and you can see here that sometimes they have 600 people on their site or 1,000, and it's just great to know how many people are visiting your site per day. If you look in the left-hand box, it's going to tell you about the stats for the week, how many visitors to the site, how many unique visits, so that's people who've been to the site for the first time, total number of page views, the max number viewed, the average number of pages viewed by a visitor, the average amount of time on the site, and then this bottom bounce count means people who went to the site and said, oops, didn't mean to go here, and hit the back button. So to the right of that, you've got activity for the week, and this is going to tell you how people are getting to your site. So how people are finding your site, keywords that are related to your industry and specifically your site. You can also see the top pages that they're spending time on, and this lets people know where they're going on your site, so where you can improve a little bit and what your most popular pages are. Underneath that, we've got traffic sources for the week, and we can see here that there's an array of different ways people find your site. Google is a good search browser that sends a lot of traffic. We've also got Amazon on here, eBay, Facebook. So it's great to have a variety of ways people are looking for you. That's always really important, and the more you're getting the word out there about your website, the better off for your industry and for your site. So the right-hand corner is Blazonco News, and this just covers updates here at Blazonco. We actually update our Facebook page and our website a lot, so you can check out for more current updates there. Great, so now that we've covered the dashboard, if there are no questions, we'll go ahead and dive right into the main content of your site. Cool. So we're just going to go ahead and go back to my site here. So on your site, all of your content, all of the pages on your site are located under content. You probably heard this word a lot when we were building your site. We need content for the site. So if you go ahead and click on the content button, your whole site is going to show up over here to the left-hand side under a tree. And these are basically all the pages on your site. Each site's going to look a little different because everyone's site is unique. So we can see here I've got home, about us, some drop downs under that, news, shop, testimonials, contact us. So we can see these pages, and if we click our view site button, we can view these pages on our site, which is pretty cool. So great. So now that we've covered the page trees, if at any point in time you want to edit a page or hide a page on your site but you don't want to delete it, you can click right on top of the page and the general settings are going to come up, and you can select from there under the navigation settings, do not show in navigation. This will allow you to hide the page while you're editing it, or if you just want to take it off your website for a bit but maybe bring it back on later without deleting it. So select do not show and then just click save, and it will now be invisible on your site, but you can still edit it in the back. So to edit any of these one pages, you're going to go ahead and click the pencil next to the page. So just to clarify, let's go to our live site here. We're going to go ahead and check the About Us page. I can see here that there's some text on this page I want to edit. And so we're going to make sure to go to the About Us page in the back of our system. So let's go ahead and click the pencil next to About Us. And it shows your website. It's a little bit downsized so that it fits in the screen, but you can see here that all the content's there. We've got our primary navigation. We can see our subscribe to our newsletter over here and our main text. Now you can see here if I just put my mouse over here, I can't actually edit the text. I can move it around. It's all drag and drop, but I can't edit the text. So to edit the text, you just are going to double click into the area and it opens up the text. So again, to just move the block around, if I want to move it to the side or if I want to move it back to the middle, it's drag and drop. And if I want to edit the text inside, double click. So once we're inside, it's just like working in a Word program. You can highlight the text. You can add more text if you want to. And so it's really great. I mean, all of the font is already preloaded so that it matches your site. And if you want things in different sizes, you can basically, everything should be in paragraph on your site just for continuity, but your titles are going to show up larger. So the way to add a title to your page is you have two options. The first option would be to just drag over your text block that has a title. So we can see this text module has a title, and to edit that, we just click on the little page up here, properties, and we can edit the title. So instead of saying About Us, we can say, you know, about our family instead. Great. So if we didn't want a title on our page, we could drag over a block that didn't have a title. So from our right-hand toolbar, we can select text, and from here we can select the text block. And we can just, again, it's just drag and drop. We can drag it over here. So we're going to go ahead, double-click into the component, and now we can add text to here. So I'm just going to add a little text in here. Let us know how you like our products. Okay, great. So now that I've added that text, I'm like, oh, cool, that's awesome. I want to see what it looks like on the site. So we're going to go ahead and to save your changes, from the right-hand menu, select the floppy disk. And from here, you've got two choices, Save Changes and Save and Publish. You want to select Save and Publish to see your live work. If you're still working on the site, you can just click Save Changes, but you won't be able to view the changes on your live site. You can go through a link and you have to enter your password, so it's just easier to save and publish. And you can click the link and go to the site, and I can see what I've added here. Great, so this is super awesome. Now we've got our little text over here, and it looks great. So that's how you edit text on a page or bring over a text module. So if you guys have any questions about that, go ahead and send me a message. If not, we're going to move on to how we upload an image. So back in our editor, we've been working on content, and I can see here that I want to put a picture over on where it says submit testimonials. So we're going to go ahead and go to our files section. And here I can see that there are two main areas, images and files. Images are PNGs, JPEGs, pictures. Files are things like documents and PDFs. So they are different, and you will not be able to upload documents to your images. So we keep them separate, and in your images here you can see that if we click in any of these folders, we've already got some images inside, and that's great. So you'll have some images already on your site that we uploaded for you. To create a new folder, just go ahead and click on the folder you want it to appear under, create folder, and you can go ahead and upload any images that you want. So for right now, we're just going to go ahead and insert an image here to our images folder. And we're going to go ahead and choose an image here from our library. Great. So, awesome. So I've uploaded this image here, but I'm not really sure how big this image is. So we want to make sure that it's sized properly. And what I mean by that is if you go ahead and click on the little edit button, you can see how big the image is. So down here I can see that this image is really huge. It's 667 by 1,000. So I want to make sure, I want to crop the size of this. So let's say we're going to make it much smaller, and maybe I just want to have it be like one of these bowls.
What do you want to do? Freaking out, bro. I'm having a heart attack because I can't think of what to put as the slider for your stupid.
Okay.
Dude, that's so much. Yeah, she's sending up mock-ups. And of course, lobby.
So once you get the picture the size that you want it, just go ahead and click Save Image, and it will save a copy of that image into your back-end files. So that's pretty easy, and it's a great way to edit your images when they're already uploaded to the site. If not, another easy way to do it is to go to picmonkey.com. And this is a free online editor that you guys can use. Go ahead and just say edit a photo, upload the photo that you want, and you can resize this photo. We're going to make this one 200 and click apply, and we can just, we're like, great, it's saving that image right now. You can do other things in here. So we really recommend this. It's kind of like Photoshop, but doesn't have quite the functionality. So once you finish doing that, go ahead and click save, and you're just going to save this back to your computer. We're going to say thumb and click save. Great. So those are the two ways. We're just going to go ahead and upload that second image to make sure that we get, again, those are two ways to edit your images. And let's go ahead and go back to our content, and we're going to go back to the About Us page and just put that image in there. So we've already uploaded the image, and we want to put this image over here where it says testimonials. So go ahead and double click in the area, and now you're going to insert the image. So the best way to do this is to select from the top menu. It's a little tree, it says add edit image. And from there it pulls up your images folders, and you just have to go to where the image is. So it's right here in our images folder. Here's the image. It hasn't loaded all the way, but it is in there. Go ahead and click insert, and we're just going to click save and publish. Awesome. And now we can see our image over here to the right hand side. Looks great. So that's how you insert an image. Great. So we're going to go on and cover blogging real quick. Awesome. How do I, okay, so we've got a question here. How do I change the email hyperlink? So just need a little bit more clarification on that. Do you mean how do you change your email so that it's no longer hyperlinked, or do you want to hyperlink an email that's already on your site? Okay, while we're waiting back to hear on that one, we're just going to go over to blogging. So blogging is a great thing that you guys should all do on your site. It's super easy, and it sends traffic to your site, and it tells search engines that you've got new content. So ultimately, it would be great if you blogged once a week, but if not, every other week is also fabulous. So to blog, again, it all happens in content, so click on content, and you're going to select post from the gray horizontal menu. When you do so, you're going to see all the posts that you've already created, and you can easily edit any of those with the pencil. And to create a new post, you're just going to select the green plus that says New Post. From there, you can fill in a title for your post, which is awesome. So we're going to enter ours is going to be about scented bath salts. Are they better for you? And the URL is automatically created for you. The publishing, you can schedule this to be published today, which is published. You can do scheduled to set it in the future. So if you have, 5 blog posts and you want to write them all in one day, you can schedule them to go out, once a week. So you can do all of your posts on one Sunday and you're done for the whole week, for a whole month, excuse me. Or draft, which means it's basically a draft and it's not published on your site. So from the author, you can go ahead and select yourself if you're not already the author. And from the tags, you can put in maybe like a couple words that you want to be highlighted on here. For this one, we might say bath, salts, and lavender. And then just start writing your post. So we can, it's best to prepare these beforehand, but you can certainly type right in here. And this way, you should really keep your blog posts short and sweet. And you're not trying to write a book here. You're just trying to inform people about new things going on your site. It's best to come up with original content and not to plagiarize from other people's sites. If you do copy from other people's sites, make sure that you cite them appropriately. So read here for more. Great. So now that we've got our blog post, and you can certainly make it longer if you want to, we want to put some images in. So we're going to go ahead and just select the tree again and select that image that we had. Awesome. That looks great. So once we've got that in there, and let's say we want to write a little bit more of our post here. And I want my words to kind of wrap up around the image. So go ahead and just click on your image, click the left align, and it pops the text up. To create a little space around here, you can click on the image, click on the tree, and under properties, you can, give it some space, like maybe 6 pixels on either side. You can even give it a border if you wanted to. The border is always going to be black, so just keep that in mind. Awesome. So now that we finished that, we're going to go ahead and we come down to our post excerpt. This is a sample for the rest of your blog posts. So if your post isn't very long, it's just going to take like the top portion of your post and put it in the post excerpt. We usually leave it blank, but if you want something to be highlighted, go ahead and stick it in the post excerpt. And write post. Great. So now when we go back to our live site and we click on news, we're going to see this post as the very top one. So we can see here, and if we click inside, we see the whole text. But we want this image to be up at the top. So let's go back to our post, and we're going to stick that image in the post excerpt. So just go ahead, we're going to put that image in here, and we're going to put some text in here. And click Edit Post. So now when we go back to our news section, this shows up as the top little section there. So if you guys see that, if you want something to show up as the post excerpt, you have to put it in there as the little sample on your main news or blog page. Great. So at this point, I'm just going to open you guys up for questions. So if you have Any questions? I'm going to go ahead and unmute you guys, and you can just say them out loud or you can type them to me.